Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this USL Pro clash between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Richmond Kickers. I'm Gene Klein, along with Paul Child. Paul, two familiar rivals this Sunday, eh?
Yeah, that's for sure, Gino. These Richmond Kickers, they always seem to come up at the beginning of the season and the end of the season, and in between. It's like we're always playing them, and it's always really a battle between both teams. Obviously being pretty close to each other and being in the league for a while too.
Yeah, both teams, the Kickers and the Riverhounds, have already played each other twice, so this will be the third meeting for the season. Kickers are faring a little bit better, though, in the USL Pro standings, as the Kickers are currently in third place with a record of 7 wins, 1 loss, and 6 ties. Unfortunately, the Hounds are at the bottom of the table with a record almost reversed. The Kickers are looking, the Riverhounds are looking to really turn this thing around.
Well, we're running out of time too, Gino. If we don't do it soon, it's going to be too late anyway. So every game is really important. This one obviously is a very big game for them. Home crowd, beautiful day. Should be out there really looking forward to playing and playing well.
So we'll see how this game fares out. We see a lot of familiar names for the Richmond Kickers, as they will be taking on the Hounds in this contest. Of course, the Kickers will be looking to push their way up the table. They're only a point out of second place with against LA Galaxy 2, but Galaxy 2 is 2 games up on the Kickers. So they will be looking for 3 points here for sure. And the Riverhounds, as you said, are in desperation mode. They need to put together a string of wins.
Definitely. I mean, ties are no good anymore, Gino. They need the 3 points to start creeping out of the bottom and trying to work their way up the table. And I'm guessing this is really a focal point game for them. You know, this is going to be a main game to go out there and come away with a victory.
And of course, we have been saying that, but last time again, they were at a tie, and we'll be right back with you after the national anthem.
Tonight's anthem singer is Shane Traylor. Great job, Shane.
So here we are, welcome back. Again, we're looking forward to this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Richmond Kickers here at Highmark Stadium on a beautiful, warm Sunday afternoon. Gene Klein with Paul Child. Paul, what do you think we can expect from the Riverhounds being at the bottom of the table and obviously need to move up?
Well, I'm thinking Nico is telling all his players we got to start off and set the tempo right from the beginning, Gino, and go at this Richmond team and make them realise we're not going to lay down and die here. I mean, this team is pretty confident right now. They should be feeling really good. You've got to kind of knock them off their rhythm and do it right away, because if you don't, we know Richmond are always battling away and always dangerous right till the 90th minute, and they've got the players that can pull out a goal anytime.
And I would think conversely for the kickers and the veteran head coach Lee Colishell, he's going to be aware of that. He is probably looking to come out pretty strong against the Riverhounds and really try to nick in a goal or two and break their spirit early.
Yeah, definitely. He will do. He will be telling them the exact same thing that we just talked about for the Hounds. So it's whoever gets off to, gets going on the ball right away and gets their rhythm going, I think. And as we said, that we need the Riverhounds to do that because they're just in a real bad position at the bottom of the league, and they've got to start working their way out.
Both teams coming off very similar results, I should say. The Kickers' last USL Pro contest was a 2-2 tie with the Wilmington Hammerheads, as the Riverhounds tied 0-0 with the Harrisburg City Islanders, and then both suffered very difficult and close one-goal defeats to MLS sides in the U.S. Open Cup. For the Kickers, it was a 3-2 loss to the New England Revolution, and for the Hounds, it was a rain-shortened 2-1 loss to the Chicago Fire. So very, very similar results, and we should expect a very close game.
Yeah, I'm sure we are. Kind of relating back to that Riverhounds lost 48 minutes into the game. Apparently it was abandoned because of lightning, and they were losing 2-1 at half time. They went out on the field for maybe a minute or two, and then the referees called the game. And when you get into that second half, it automatically goes to the team that is winning. And that's how they got their results. So that's kind of a bit of a controversial thing, I think.
But the Hounds, like the Kickers, have to put that behind them because it's back to the USL Pro Wars, and that's what counts the most.
Exactly.
Right now, we see an early foul, Brian Feckerty, on a familiar name for Riverhound fans, and that's Jason Yeisley. And here's Luke Verkalone, the veteran Richmond kicker player, who's going to send that ball in. And
another corner kick.
Another corner, first corner.
As we said, they got off to a good start, Richmond. They're straight down in the Riverhounds' end, which is Here we go again with a corner kick, and they got some big guys up there too, Gino, from the back.
Well, they're going to bring up Yambi, Glungy, and that ball's going to sail, and of course.
Lock him! Nothing out early, come on.
Yeah, and throw in here for the Riverhounds. That's going to be cleared away by Feckerty to Jose Angulo.
Nice ball in there too, and they're switching the play over to the right-hand side of the field. Gino and Vincent looking up there, trying to get a nice ball to Dolman. Whoop.
Dolman slips on that one. For the Richmond Kickers, just going through their lineup, a lot of familiar veteran names, Paul. The goalkeeper will be Joe Willis, but in the back, we're going to see really a very veteran back four with Sasha Gores, William Yambi, Henry Kalungi, and Luke Verkalone. Players that have been in the league for a number of years and always been some of the steadiest players, all league players. And very, very steady, formidable players who really give the kicker an enormous amount of stability, I think, throughout the year.
Oh yeah, and they've always been strong at the back as well. And these guys are just making it going to make it as tough as possible for the Hounds, up front. So.
And in the midfield for the Kickers, it's going to be Samuel Sante, Hugh Roberts, George Davis IV, and Shea Spitz, and another very familiar two players, which is going to be up front, is going to be the veteran and really one of the top players over the years in the USL Pro, and that's Matt Delicati, and another player that we're familiar with, as I mentioned. That's Jason Yeisley, Penn State product, but also spent a couple seasons here with us with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So they will give the Riverhound back for an awful lot to worry about. There's no question about that. Although we're seeing Yeisley drop back a little bit here to the midfield. We'll see if the kickers will stick with a 4-4-2, which it appears that's the way it will be. For the Hounds, as we see Kevin Kerr on the ball.
Marshall.
We're going to see the return of veteran goalkeeper Hunter Gilstrap back between the pipes for the Riverhounds as we see a turnover.
Yeah, bad mistake there by
Vincent. And good save by Hunter. An open net rebound comes out to Shea Spitz, and he's going to bury that, and that's the last thing the Hounds wanted to see.
Exactly what we just talked about. And actually, Robbie Vincent was on the ball, and I think if we see a replay of it, kind of slipped, lost possession just on the halfway line.
Gets stripped there.
And away they go, 2 on 3 there. And a good pass here, actually, right back to number 7. Rebound off the keeper, no problem.
Yeah, George Davis, the fourth, picked that up and then played Delicati, and then his rebound from off of Hunter Gilstrap comes right to Shea Spitz, who he buries it. And so the kickers are off to an early 1-0 lead in the 4th minute.
Yeah, that's just not what the Hounds really needed right away into the first 5 minutes. And here's a ball back into the box. And again, very strong in defense with the kickers. They've got these big guys at the back, so any high balls, then we're not going to get much of them.
So the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds are in all gold, going right to left. Kickers in all red. The back four for the Riverhounds will be Brian Feckerty on the left, Sterling Flunder, Andrew Marshall in the center with Robbie Vincent on the right side. We saw Rob slip a little bit with that one, which allowed George Davis to fourth. And there's another dangerous ball that Hunter Gilstrap has to come alertly out of his goal for, and given some
kind of a strange play there by Marshall. He's one of the strongest guys back there and really cleans up the mess, and he kind of let that little roll. I don't know, they seem to be slipping a lot on this turf. Did they soak it down or wet it?
Well, they usually will before the game, just to cool it off a little bit, especially in the mid. Want to finish up the Hounds lineup. The Hounds are going today, appears to be a 4-5-1 with Afonso Montagavan holding in front of Sterling Flunder and Andrew Marshall, the 2 center backs, with Danny Earls and Kevin Kerr in the middle with him. And then Matty Dahlman will be in his familiar spot on the right flank, but an interesting switch that interim coach Nico Kadic has made is dropping last year's MVP Jose Angula back to left midfield, and that will leave Collins John up top by himself. So we're going to see how that new system works out.
Well, they're going to try everything, Jano, to be honest with you. Things haven't been working, so I'm sure that they're going to trying to play guys in different positions, trying to get this chemistry together, try and create some chances. And here we go here, and Jose has the ball on his left foot, but again, as you look up, he's looking at about 5 or 6 red shirts in front of him, and now they've made us go back with the ball, which Richmond are very, very good at doing.
And it looks like, and one of the things that I'm seeing early on from the kickers is Yeisley will immediately drop back to the right midfield spot.
Yep.
And we're seeing Luke Verkalone actually push up into the middle. So the kickers are moving some players around, and they're getting a number of guys behind the ball that will leave Delicati up a little bit by himself. But as we saw off their goal, as we see a corner kick for the Riverhounds, we saw off the goal, they got numbers forward very, very quickly.
Yeah, really. And, Richmond, too. I mean, they got everybody back. There's not even a forward up front. They got 11 players in the box right now.
So here's the first corner for the Riverhound. Danny Earls will take this one and gets a dangerous in-swinger, which is cleared away by Davis, a fourth.
Another high ball. And you see a lot of bodies in there challenging each other, and Richmond coming away and with it again. This is where a pretty good on the counter-attack, Gino, but it seems like they're just going to slow it down. They're not in a rush. They're winning 1-0. Why rush with it and lose possession? And here they are coming down the right side. Knocks it into the middle to up and stole away this time.
So we see that was, and really I think we're seeing Hugh Roberts and Henry Kalungi really moving more as a right back, with Hugh Roberts playing in the center, and that leaves Luke Vercalone more in the midfield. So although I think that on the lineup card they had Roberts listed as a midfielder, but it appears that he's dropped back, and Luke has dropped more as a holding midfielder in front of Roberts and Yambi, the veteran center back, and perennial all-league defender also for the Kickers.
Nice switch of play there, and Dolman with his usual cross into the box. We've got to see a lot of today, I hope, and somebody's going to get on the end of it, but trying to work it down that right side, but Richmond stealing it away and ricocheting off a Riverhound for a throw into the Kickers.
So we're in the 10th minute with the Richmond Kickers already a 1-0 lead on a early 4th-minute goal by Shea Spitz after Matt Delicati was saved by Hunter Gilstrap, and the rebound came to Spitz, who buried that one, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Kickers, who are now building out of the back with Samuel Santa.
Yep. And keeping possession as much as they can as well, and not in a rush to go anywhere. And hopefully this is where the Hounds have got to put some pressure on Gino and try and get a steal here and an opportunity to maybe get a one-on-one with the keeper. But they've got it under control again, looking for a long one downfield. Now goes out wide left. And now the Kicker's going down the left-hand side. Nice crossing ball.
There's a long one, but oh my God, Feckery, no.
And we don't need this.
No, I mean, just a horrendous lack of communication. That was clearly Hunter Gilstrap's ball. I don't know why Feckery would even decide to nod that back. I mean, there was no pressure. Not a good one here, and that's an own goal for Ryan Feckery. We see this one served in by Sasha Gores. There's a tremendous left foot, and
that's got to be communication, Gino. And you can see when they look at each other after the fact that they're looking at each other and saying, well, why didn't you? I'm guessing that Hunter never gave him a call to leave it.
I find hard to believe that Hunter would not have made that call. I mean,
me too.
Jason Yaisley was arriving, but late on the play, and it would have been an easy pickup for Hunter. And there's another one back, so it's already the Kickers are
2-0 up, yeah, and putting us really under pressure. And when they lose possession, they've got everybody back behind the ball too, Gino. I mean, it's they're doing a great job. Obviously, the confidence is booming, and he's got them as soon as they lose possession, get back behind the ball. And
now a little test of wills for the Hounds. How competitive can they make this? Can they get back into this game? Can they maintain their composure? Can they maintain their resolve, their will, and continue to play and to try to get back into this game? Or are the heads going to go down, and they're going to say more of how this season's gone and just play through it? And it's our hope, obviously, that they're going to show some will and resolve. And
well, I think they've got to. I think these guys are professionals. They have nothing. They've got to go out there, and they've got to be upset with the fact that they're already 2 down in 12 minutes, and they've just got to pick it up. And it's crucial they don't let any more simple goals or mistakes and let them in again, because Richmond, they're tough enough to score against anyway, let alone being 2-0 down.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and really 2 very, very sloppy goals.
Yeah, really.
For the Riverhounds.
And I'm kind of like wondering, I see Jose out here on the left midfield, but that's a nice ball into Colin John, and Colin trying to wind up and get a shot off.
That's going to be blocked by William Yambi. He's going to play it back out to Rob Vincent, and so far the Hounds are responding nicely here as we have a ball to Matty Dolman's going to serve in. That's cleared away by Roberts for the Richmond Kickers, but back out to Feckerty, who tries to find Kevin Kerr, I think, and that ball's going to be played out to George Davis IV. And now, as we see Dahlman pick up the loose ball, but I believe that's going to be a foul on Kevin Kerr.
Kevin Kerr, yeah, had a second, got a leg up just after he got the ball and tripped over the player, and the referee called that one right away, as you're going to see.
We see
right
it here. Yeah, it just went by him, and he just sort of like tangled up.
Backtailed him, yeah.
And picks up the foul. So Sasha Gore's another dangerous serve. That's going to be headed away by Andrew Marshall. We certainly had heard Hunter Gilstrap shouting away on that one, so that was pretty clear.
Yaisley, Jason, he was wide open there. There was nobody marking him. It's definitely something not clicking in the back there. People are not picking up man-to-man, or that two guys are marking the same player, and that always leaves somebody available. So we've got to be careful.
And of course,
there.
The danger one on this is Delicate, as he is always the guy they're looking for anything in the air.
Yeah.
We've seen him disappoint us way too many occasions over the years.
Yep, and
there he is again. But I think Feckerty got enough of that one that Anders are going to pick up. He didn't have a clean header that time.
Yeah, he's kind of coming back for the ball, as you're going to see here, I think, on this cross. It's like behind him, so he has to kind of bend backwards to try and get a flick on. It hits him on the shoulder and goes out of bounds. But that's where he's going to be dangerous all day long.
As we see, that ball played back by Luke Mercolone, Seton Hall product, who again, veteran player for the Kickers.
And again,
as we see Yombi knock that one back, so back out to Jason Yaisley, to Shea Spitz, and here's Luke looking for an entry pass, but the Hounds back nicely, pretty good shape.
Jose chasing a little bit there, which was nice to see, trying to win that ball back, and he's got to be doing that in this left midfield position. Don't give these guys any opportunities. But as I say, strange spot for him probably. He's usually a player or target player, and now playing on the left side.
Yeah, we'll
and
see.
Here's his opportunity here.
Yeah, and I don't know where he looks a little lost defensively right now.
Yeah, he does.
Frankly,
really.
I mean, and you know, he's walking, and there goes Kalungi in behind, and that's going to be a nasty foul by Danny Earls, and he will be booked.
He had a good point. I thought he won.
No,
he did win the ball. Yeah, kind of got his leg and the ball.
He comes from behind and gets him. So Danny Earls goes in the book.
Yep, and I don't know what.
And I think he initially won a ball, but he swept through him with his leg, and
I think he hit his leg, and then the ball went out off of his leg and went out of bounds. But it was a bad tackle. He was definitely a yellow card, and can't keep on doing these kind of things. We don't need to be down 10 men as well. So,
no, for sure.
Got to be careful. Hopefully, and Nico is telling them to calm down a little bit. Obviously you got to go in when you need to, but in the middle of the field you don't really need to make a foul there, Junior.
Yeah, there's Delicati winning that one again.
Shouldn't be a problem for Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter's going to clean that up, but again, they're looking for the big target man up top and then trying to win some knockdowns, which has been something they've been very successful at for a long time.
Yep, and they've been good at it too. And you can see we're really in real tight groups, and then we try and play it out wide, and then there's nobody out there to support the player who's getting the ball. So
as we see Sterling Flunder looking for, there's Jose, but he turns right in to Asante. And this will be a throw in for Kalungi. And Jason Yaisley trying to hold off Brian Feckerty. And he gets that to Kalungi. He's pushing up on the right back. And Andrew Marshall will clear away for the Hounds to Jose Angulo. And knocked down by Shea Spitz. And Danny Earls will come away with that one.
And Jose with the ball, long ball into Colin John, who actually did very well with it with 3 players around him, got hold of it, but again, he had to hold it up because he had no support, but he got fouled, so he did well there.
So again,
They're going through the middle again. And a shot on goal, but really no problem for the keeper right at him.
For Joe Willis for the Richmond Kickers, and he'll go out to Sasha Gores, and they try to find, and that's picked. Robbie Vincent gets a part of that one. Here comes Matt Dahlman streaking down the right flank. He tries to serve it, chested down calmly by William Yonby.
Yeah, not a normal Matty Dolman crush, you know. He usually gets it up in the air, gets him into the penalty spot, you know, where it's tough for a keeper to decide whether to come out or stay in, and he seems to be hitting it a bit pretty low right now, and it's getting blocked out before he even gets past the 6-yard box. So he's got to hopefully get that together and get some chances for us, because we definitely need some shots on goal.
As we see Luke Verkelone pick that one up, and here come the Hounds streaking. Here's Jay Spitz flicking down the right flank. Hounds do get back with some numbers. Kalungi coming up from the right back as Jose Angola tracks him, but he's going to knock it back to Roberts, and he will look for a serve. Cleared away by Sterling Flunder. Again, looking for Delicate up high, and played out by Marshall, and the Hounds will come out of that with some possession. You're watching this game on YouTube, so between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Richmond Kickers. The Kickers in the 20th minute here, up 2-0 over the Hounds on 2 early goals.
And again, losing possession of the ball there, we can't be doing that, Gino, and once we lose possession, then we have a real hard time getting it back, and it's going to get worse and worse as the game goes on. So we've got to really keep these passes and keep possession for a while and don't give it away. Yeah,
there's Delicati with Marshall. He's going to find Yaisley. Oh, that's back nicely on Fekete, and it's a dangerous serve that Hunter Gilstrap does well just to get a hand on. So well done. Good combination there by the Richmond Kickers, and that will be another corner for the Kickers.
A great fake there for that Yaisley, and cut it back onto his left. Caught the defender going, you know, nearly went out the gate for that one, but very good fake move.
Yeah, well done by Yaisley. Terrific cutback, and as we see, Hunter Gilstrap will take that one, and he's undercut by Roberts, by Hugh Roberts. I don't know if it was intentional, but he undercut him hard, and Hunter went down on that and hit the ground pretty hard, but did well to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, he did, really. I mean, he had a hold of it, and then he got clipped right after he was actually going
right
down
there.
to his legs knocked from under him.
A little push. There's another view of it, and looks like Ian Fekete got tied up, and he went under Hunter, and Hunter had to get a little wind knocked out of him on that one as hard as he hit the turf, but Definitely. He seems to be able to shake it off and ready to go. I mean, Hunter, of course, suffered an early season concussion, and
yeah, I think that's what they were a little bit worried in that one.
Broken, I believe, facial bone was broken in a nasty collision with Orlando City. So he does not want to see another injury at this point of the season.
No.
There's well done from Alfonso to beat 3 players, and well done from Collins, John, and the Riverhounds will restart it and switch the point of attack with veteran center back Andrew Marshall, who does a good job to find Matty Dahlman.
Finding it hard to penetrate this, as you can see, 11 red shirts, actually 10 now. The forwards hanging up front a little bit, but now dropping back. And,
yeah, the Kickers doing really a nice job of dropping 5 back in the midfield, Paul, and keeping it very, very narrow and very, very tight.
Yep, nowhere for the Hounds to go.
And then really pushing people forward with Shea
And here they
Spitz
go.
and Jason Yisley. And look at the numbers. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming right at there. And then they open up those channels with Sasha Gores and Henry Kalungi. Oh, that's not a bad look. Luke Verkalone coming from midfield spot. He's been pretty holding steady. But here comes Jose Angulo. Can he pull something out of it?
He's got a great cut.
Breaks by Roberts, and well done. Great cover from William Yambi, who slid over as Jose beat Roberts. Terrific cover on the part as we see Yambi come back to close that one down.
And the ball stayed in bounds too for him, and he got it down the left. And there we go again.
And Matty Dahlman, that's not a good one. Kalungi can easily bring that down. But again, you saw some. I think some very good defending in transition for the kickers.
Yeah, very good. And that's what's going to be hard, Gino, with these guys.
So the 24th minute, 2-0 Richmond Kickers over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. As again, kickers doing very well to find Matt Delicati and looking for him and playing off him as we see Shea Spitz and Kevin Kerr have a little one-on-one battle.
And Richmond,
Kalungi, the veteran Ugandan international, drops that back to Jason Yisley. And I'm sure they're looking for Delicate here, and of course they are, and they'll try to win that. Fekete gets a head on it, and there's one that's going to be played off for a goal kick. You're watching this USL Pro contest on YouTube. Every USL Pro regular season playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Riverhounds YouTube channel today. And also on USLProSoccer.com, scores, stats, news, and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com.
And a high kick into Colin John, who gets a little flick on, but then hits the defender. Gets a touch as well. And chasing back hard here and trying to win it back. Good job.
Yeah, and does well. Good battle there with Kalungi.
Yeah, Colin John working really hard here, showing that he wants to, he's battling back. He no letdown at all, and hopefully they'll get a couple of chances here, and he'll get on the board again to start getting his rhythm going.
Yeah, he is. He's done very, very well with, and has worked hard in every game he's been in.
Yep. One back.
And I don't know if it just
kind of switch with Jose at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know if that was by choice from the bench, or that's just how it worked out.
I think it just worked out that way, Gino.
And here we go, long ball into Yisley, cleared away by Sterling Flunder, and that's going to be knocked out to Robbie Vincent, who finds Danny Earls.
Got to get out wide here. Ball. Expecting it, he's running backwards and he drills it into his feet. It probably wasn't a pass to him. I think he was coming out wide, but he got intercepted. Couldn't, communication, leave it, a call, man behind you, or something like that. But can't keep giving it away, especially in our third of the field.
So Riverhounds building, and the kickers getting back, getting organized. And again, we see them really drop back to 5 in the midfield, but Yisley and Shea Spitz very, very active, pressuring all over the field. We see Fekete moving forward for the Riverhounds, and here's Kevin Kerr on it, trying to take on Henry Kalungi, but Kalungi's going to win that battle. Gets it easily by Jose Angulo.
And a counter-attack with 3 against 3.
Has to chase back, and Kalungi does very well to win that. As Asante is going to wheel and deal away from Kevin Kerr, and Kevin will pick up a foul.
Again, don't want to get any more yellow cards and get somebody thrown out of this game. But Richmond just really keeping possession right now, just knocking the ball around, waiting for some opportunities to occur. But they got 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah,
nothing.
And I see the, Alfonso and Kerr motioning for Jose to get back, and there's a shot by George Davis, a 4th, that is wide of Hunter Gilstrap's goal, and Paul, that was way too easy for the kickers.
Oh yeah, very simple.
I mean, they're just knocking it into feet, playing off the ball, and then getting shot without any problem.
Exactly, and you know it's the law of averages. You keep getting chances, you're going to stick some in the back of the net, and that was a great opportunity. If you'd got that on target, that could have been another goal for the Richmond Kickers. And like we said, you can't let these players come down the right wing and just look up and have plenty of time to knock balls in, because these guys are too good.
There's a long one up. Kevin Kerr does well to win that one.
It's a Riverhounds throw-in.
Jose's going to throw that in to Kerr.
And there's a long cross, and Dolman sneaking at the best.
Be back there, and he gets on back Sasha Goris, but that's going to be out of touch, and it will be a kicker throw-in.
Yeah, Vincent couldn't keep it under control. It was traveling too fast, and he was too, and lost his footing.
Hey, visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USL Pro, and follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. We're here approaching the 30th minute.
Got a free kick there.
2-0 lead for the Richmond Kickers, and foul on Jason Yisley on Brian Feckerty.
Yep, it's a good job he got fouled there, because there was two of them going down the right flank again. If referee hadn't have called that, we'd have been in big trouble. And again, giving the ball away again, Gino, right there.
Too easily, and here's
a counter.
Here's the counter with
a great cross, and Marshall getting it away.
Spitz, but Marshall was able to clear that one out. But again, you can see the movement forward, Paul. Like as soon as they win possession, Shea Spitz, Jason Yisley really, and George Davis, of fourth, joining Delicati in the attack. And if the Riverhounds have opened up in the attack, that's creating some issues.
Oh yeah, very much so. It's really hard for getting those bodies back, and even if it's equal numbers, we're having a real tough time, because they're doing some great movements up front, and looking for these balls that have slipped through,
and they're really going down this left side here a lot, giving some problems to Brian Feckerty.
No, that could be. I don't know what's happened here. It looks like Jose's pushed into the middle more now, and I don't know whether Kerr's playing out left.
Yeah, unless they pushed him up high to go from the 4-5-1 to a 4-4-2. But we're still seeing Kevin Kerr in the middle with Alfonso, Danny Earls, Matty Dolman still on the right side, but right now
Richmond not letting up here at all, Gino. They keep us under pressure all the time.
Again, we'll just see how it plays out, because now Alfonso's coming out, and frankly, the Hounds midfield looks a little disorganized.
Oh yeah, I mean they're working hard, but they're hardly working. You know what I mean? It's like they're in groups of 3 and 4 around these Richmond players, and then these players are getting a nice ball slipped out into an open player, because somebody has to be open when 4 players are around one.
But defensively, you have a lot of 2v1s on Feckerty out here in the left back, because they're struggling here on the left side. We've seen Jose there. We see Kevin Kerr slide out. We've seen Alfonso Montegavan slide out there, and they seem to not be certain
where to go,
whose role that is going to be.
Who's picking up who? What's my role? Yeah.
And again, that's creating some issues down on the left back, because most of the attacks have come from that side.
Yeah. And a free kick now to Richmond, and again looking to switch the ball right away.
And Samuel Sante, who's been quite active, really very quick little midfielder. He's been very impressive so far. And there's a good battle. Yaz is going to win that. Here comes Luke Verkalone, and again we see Spitz coming up again down that left side. Now it's Danny Earl sliding way out there, and not a good ball. He's too easy for Kerr.
Yeah, a little bit surprised he gave that one away so quick, but again, just breaking out down this right-hand side, going towards the Riverhound goal, and it's
and some of these switches have been very difficult to handle. Kevin Kerr did terrific just to keep that in play. And there's Yisley again, steals that one from Sterling Flunder, holds it up well, holds it up nicely for Spitz, and Danny Earls does well to win that one and finds Kevin Kerr.
Yeah, calmly playing out of the back, really, with some composure then. That was good. And trying to go down this, again, Richmond back with numbers, you know, and behind the ball and making it. Players are looking up, you know, when they got the ball and they just don't see anybody available, or if they are, they've got two players around them, and it's got to be a pinpoint pass to make it work, you know. So
that time Jose did well to find that little pocket in front of the back four, and Collins John can't bring that down, and there's Asante again. Asante, former Charlotte Eagle, now with the Kickers, and he's been very active in the midfield. Kevin Kerr does well there to knock that one away from Henry Kalungi, who was surging forward from that outside back spot. That's a dangerous ball there.
Yeah. And actually, Isley made a bad pass. One of the only ones he's made so far that didn't quite reach. Because if he'd have got a bit more power on that into the corner, he would have got on for another counter attack on the right side.
And here's Luke Vercalone looking for something. Keeps it. Sasha Goes.
Two guys wide open over here.
And that one's off the mark, which we don't see from Sasha Goers out there on that left side. I mean,
no.
Normally he gets that ball on that left peg of his. It's usually pretty dangerous, and he can find some people. And Jason Yisley was on
his own, yeah, waiting for it. And if as I say, it's rare he doesn't get a ball right to feet, and just miscued that one. But lucky for the Hounds.
And here's a goal kick for Hunter Gilstrap. And Yambi, his big presence there in the center back, which has been there for years, wins that one. But Kevin Kerr is going to get that one. Anything. And here's Asante again. Quick and active, and finds looking for Jason Yisley, a little bit too soft, and Sterling Flunder was going to pick that one off. And Robbie Vinson, and that's we got to do better than that.
Yep, you got to get it to players and get it to their feet, and hopefully if they're showing for it, then support them. But
well, just those long straight balls are
you can't do.
They're never going to work against an experienced group like the Richmond Kickers.
No. And again, here they go. They slow it down and start to build up from the back, just looking for something simple and trying to draw the Riverhound players out of position. And here's one there that's opening.
Well, it does appear that they have sorted out the midfield situation. We see Kevin Kerr out here on the left side, and I think they've gone 4-4-2, and maybe leaving Jose up with Collins John.
Yep.
And that's a long one from Yambi to Kalungia, as we hear Lee Colishell saying keep the ball. It's something I was yelling at the U.S.-Ghana game the other night.
Yes.
So hopefully, and we know the U.S.-Portugal coming up in a few hours. It'd be great to see the U.S. get another win and clinch a spot to the next knockout phase, as we see an easy ball picked up by Joe Willis for the Richmond Kickers.
Massive game for the U.S., as you said, Gino. So we're looking forward to that, and got this one going still now, and looking for the Riverhounds to kind of like change it up again and try and get back into this game. It's into the 37th minute, and it'd be nice to see them go in a 2-1 situation or even 2-2, but can't be greedy as yet. But not getting many chances. I can't remember any shots at all, really.
No, right now it's been very easy for the Kickers. I mean, they're basically keeping it will. They're knocking around the back, and they find Luke Vercalone, who will find his feet, and they'll play through him. Jason Yisley was offside, so he let that one roll out. It'll be a throw-in for the Hounds and Brian Feckerty. Second goal, which was an own goal in the 10th minute. The Kickers also scored in the 4th minute off of Shea Spitz, when he picked up a rebound after a shot by Matthew Delicate was blocked by Hunter Gilstrap, but Shea Spitz picked up the rebound. As we see that one into Delicate, but he's going to be knocked off by Feckerty. And again, Paul, useless long balls. I mean, you know, we have to have a little more composure in the back and try to keep it. We have guys like Alfonso and Danny Earls, and Kevin Kerr is certainly capable of dealing with balls in the midfield. And that's a little better now, as we've seen it, and they have to keep that thing moving. And that's the kind of That's the stuff we need to see a little bit more often, where they're on the ground, they're playing to feet, they're getting some movement.
They can't give the ball.
And
That's a nice pass.
Here's Kevin Kerr, tries to slide it back and just off the mark with that one. In fact, he's going to pick that one up, and that is a wasted ball right there.
I think he had a vision. I don't know where it was, but
I don't know.
If you think you can...
I mean, we did very, very well up to this point. Kurt's just looking for that little roll back, and CJ could not find him, and Feckerty. I mean, I don't know, vision for a hot dog up in the boxes or something, but that was not...
That was dreaming if he thought he was going to score.
I mean, he had plenty of time to take a preparation and do something with it.
But Kerr's crossed too, Gino. He should have been on the... Colin John was open. He needed a better pass, and he could have done something with it, you know. If the guys are not getting it to the close to them, or where they can do something with it, they're not going to score goals. So we've got to get better with our passing and more accurate, and keep possession and don't give it away all the time. And again, boom,
boom, just
straight
giving
back
it
to
away
Richmond.
when there's plenty of players around to find them. And I know there's times you have to clear the ball, but we're playing it.
And we know that comes into a confidence factor too, Gino. I mean, we are at the bottom of the division. They've had some tough games here and been losing regularly. Nobody wants to make mistakes, so they don't want to take chances too, you know. So it's a catch-22, and we can't get caught with it.
Oh, absolutely. And now that's a little bit more composure. And we'll see as Andrew Marshall comes forward. Robbie Vincent very high up on the right flank, and Marshall finds him, but he's going to be closed down by George Davis IV, and the Hounds will maintain possession, which is a little bit better. Feckerty. But that's too slow.
It is. It's yeah. They're just going to stand and just pick up the space. Richmond. There's no.
I mean, Kevin Kerr was standing there, and we could have went directly to him, and he could have been one-on-one with Kalungi, and we just decided to kill that ball. There's a good one from Danny Earls, who's going to find Matty Dahlman. Robbie Vincent going forward. Good overlapping run from him.
Jose on the right. Looking, and lost possession again.
Not a good one again. A difficult ball for Danny Earls to do anything with it. He's under pressure, and that's a great win by Alfonso Montagavon. Delicati wants a call, but I think it's a good win, and Alfonso moving forward.
It was a bad touch.
And he finds Angulo on the left side. Tries to go one-on-one with Roberts. Roberts stands him up.
Three players around him.
Hold on to it, and he's going to drop it back to Kevin Kerr, who's going to swing it over. Well done from Kevin to Robbie Vincent, he's looking to have a go. Tries to find a CJ, Colin John, but that's way too crowded in there. I mean, that's when I would like to see Robbie have a go, because he has that ability to get
strike
that shot.
The ball, yeah. And he couldn't go anywhere. I mean, and even if a player got that ball under control, but he drilled that ball, and very tough to get under control with three players around you, and then do something with it. So he would have been better off having a shot, I think, Gino.
So here come the Hounds again with Kurt, Jose Angulo. We see Matty Dahlman coming in. Jose elects to go all the way to the other side to Robbie Vincent, who knocks it back to Marshall.
And 9 players back behind the ball again. And nobody showing for it right now.
No, and Alfonso looking for CJ, but he was not ready for that one, and Hugh Roberts steps easily in front of him.
Yep.
As Luke Bercolone, again, the guy who's usually the engine for that midfield for the Kickers, he's able to keep it, you know, and I think the difference we've seen so far is the Kickers know when to go and know when to keep it.
Yep, exactly.
And there's a foul that's going to be against, I think, I think that was against George Davis, but Robbie Vincent will have it for the Kickers. To Alfonso. Swings it wide to Feckerty.
This is, we can't get caught with it in our area because they just punish us when they steal it. And we've got nowhere to go.
Feckerty, there we go. Jose Angulo tries to find it, and then one touch, bad touch out of play. The Hounds just cannot sustain anything up in the our half of the field.
Yeah, in their half or their third in the last third in their
the last third in particular, but even in the half when they, like we see Jose come back 30-35, but particularly you're right in the final third.
And again, switch coming on here down this right-hand side again, and kind of looking to go to the left a little bit more this time. I don't know what they were doing pretty well down this right side, and now they've gone back down the left. But
and there's some good combinations, vertical on, and again, everything is through him, and the Riverhounds are giving him way too much space.
Yep.
As he plays to Robertson.
And here he is. He's got a lot
wide
open.
Way too much space. Oh, and George Davis should have done better. Delicati was open. Here's Asante. That's not a bad ball, but Hunter Gilstrap reads that when he's looking for Jason Yeisley. Seeking one out on the back post.
Yeah, Yeisley looking kind of hoping it was going to go further. I thought he would have done a diagonal run. He would have probably got on the end of that one, but couldn't get the communication and
yeah, we're in the approaching really the 45th minute. Richmond Kickers 2-0 over the Riverhounds. Make sure you have your Nikes on. Nike's a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information as we are getting close to halftime as William Yambi tries to get some snow in this hot summer day with that clearance.
Yeah, and that's tough to find today with this heat, but it was high enough.
It was high enough. It might have been able to do it.
And here goes Matty with trying to get this little cross in, but again, not effective at all. You know, he's got two players he's trying to get by, and then somebody in between the keeper and the ball, and they're blocking up everything.
Hans looking for outside Delicati. The flag stays down, and looking again for Shea Spitz. And well done by Sasha Gores, finds Asante, and here comes Kalungi in her right back, and here's this
got all kinds
left
of space.
Side, all kinds of space. He's going to swear that Fekete will close it down in another corner for the Richmond Kickers.
Actually, wasted that one a little bit, Gino. He had a lot of room there and decided to cross it, and the player was still 12 yards away from him. Could have gone at him, but obviously a defender.
Yeah, well, Kalungi's not that type of defender. I think he really wants to go in one-on-one situations, but he is careful. So 1 minute of added time. And here's the serve, a little bit strong. Again, looking for Delicati on the back post. He's going to swerve that back to
Marshall's out of there.
And again, trying to find Yambi. Verkalone again, always keeping possession for the
Four
Kickers.
Players open
and
in the middle.
There's Delicati again, and Robbie Vincent's going to put that out for another corner. I believe they're fifth of the half.
This is going to be the last opportunity of this half, so Riverhounds got to be tight here, Gino. Mark up tight and keep him
again,
out.
We're looking for Yambi. They have Roberts, and of course the main man, Matt Delicati. George Davis, fourth, will take this corner for the Kickers, and that's going to be cleared nicely away by Robbie Vincent. Delicati going to play that back, and that will be the half. At the end of the first half, it is the Richmond Kickers 2, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0, and Paul Child, impressive on behalf of the Richmond Kickers.
Definitely, obviously, you know, deserve to be again, and look, so well organized, Gino. You know, defensively, as we said, we needed to start the game like they did and get a goal early on. Once they got that, it's kind of like then a mistake comes, miscommunication at the back, we score an own goal on ourselves, and now it's a real uphill climb, and would have been nice to get in there with at least one goal, but not many chances, Gino, none at all, actually.
And the Hounds in this second half they're going to have to find a way to make it more difficult for the Kickers, because it was way too easy for the Kickers. It was a hot summer day, and they were knocking it around without any problems.
Exactly.
So it's halftime. We have a couple replays to show you before we sign off for the half. But again, it's been
mainly
the Hounds have provided a lot of. The Hounds have not provided the fans with a lot of exciting moments, and they have to do a little bit better maintaining possession of the ball, and they have to do really a better job disrupting the kicker attack.
Yeah, and keeping possession more, Gino, too. We've got to see much more of that, you know. Maybe we're not going to get these replays. It doesn't seem like it, so...
we'll wait.
But again, Gino, we were talking a little bit earlier regarding, keeping possession more, you know, and just not being able to do it. It seems like we get these 2 or 3 passes, then it's a long ball to Colin John, who's got three defenders right around him who can't do anything with the ball. So it's tough.
Okay, so it's halftime. It's 2-0, the Richmond Kickers over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. We will return in about 14 minutes for you. Enjoy your halftime, catch some World Cup, and we'll be back with you. So we hope you'll stay with us. Thank you.
Leave the games on the field
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for the second half of this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Richmond Kickers. The Kickers holding on to a 2-0 lead with 2 early goals, one in the 4th minute by Shea Spitz, and then the Riverhounds' Brian Feckerty knocked in an own goal in the 10th minute. And really, Paul Child, could have been a lot worse as the Kickers completely dominated that first half.
Yes, Gino, it could have easily been 2 or 3, 4 more goals. Actually, they had some great chances and didn't capitalize. And actually, with the Riverhounds, I think maybe got away. Did we even get a shot? You know, even 2 shots at the most, probably. And it looked like we're going at them a little bit. Got a change there. Anigwe is in.
Yeah, so already got interim head coach Nico Kotic has made 4 substitutions, and of course in the USL Pro you're only allowed 5. So he's gone to the bench early and tried to shake this up, which they needed to do.
Well, he had to do something, and you know, I suppose that's one way of doing it. You know, the only problem you got when you put 4 players in, and probably another guy on the bench that he's got is an extra goalkeeper. Get an injury, you're in trouble.
So we'll see. I mean, the substitutes for the Riverhounds are going to be Mike Green appears to come in the right midfield for Matty Dahlman. Brian Ownby is on the left side, and he's with the ball right now, and I believe he's an ex-kicker. He finds Collins John, who holds that up. The others are Joseph Nguyen, another ex-Richmond kicker, in the game for the Hounds, and finally Anthony Arena, the Houston Dynamo product, will go to center back. It looks like the Hounds are going to go 4-3-3, or 3-4-3, as we see Arena, Marshall, Sterling Flunder, Danny Earls, Kevin Kerr in the midfield. Green's out wide with Ownby and Nguyen, Jose Angula, and Colin Johns up high for the Hounds.
And Jose and Colin John right in the middle together, and looking for this cross.
There's Ownby, good ball, but he's going to get a corner out of that one.
Yeah, that's a big change-up, Gino. I mean, he's changed 4 players.
So we're going from a 4-5-1 to a 3-4-3 in the second half. So we'll see if that galvanizes the Hounds to get something out of that, and that corner is going to be blocked by Shea Spitz. And we'll take a look too for the Kickers and see if they have any changes so far.
I don't see any. I think there's
1. So yeah, Vince,
center back.
Yeah, the center back, and that's Shane Johnson is coming in for. Well, we see Hugh Roberts still in the game. He was playing there at center back, so I think, is that Asante? I believe Samuel Asante, who is coming out, which is good because he was.
Yeah, it's either a bit now. Riverhounds started off really well and now kind of eased back in and dropped everybody back, except for Colin John, and Jose's like playing second fiddle to him, but and winning the ball and coming down this right-hand side again now. So hopefully.
So both outside backs have been substituted for by the Riverhounds, and that would be Robbie Vincent and Brian Feckerty, and the other players that have come off will be Alfonso Montagavon and Matty Dahlman. They have all been substituted.
Yeah. As we said, got to do something, Gino. This is we need the points desperately, and we're not going to get them if we don't start getting some shots on goal. And Riverhounds doing pretty well right now, starting off getting more possession than they did at the end of the first half, and looking to get that ball in the box and into the danger zone right here. Nice cross, wide open.
Oh, wide open, and Jose Angula.
Offside.
Offside.
Looked too wide open, to be honest with you.
Too wide open.
Yeah.
But that's going to be that will be all for naught and called off. The flag was up early.
Here's
as
the
we see the replay.
Nice cross.
Nice cross from Danny Earls. But Jose.
Yeah, he's got to figure out where he's standing there and keep his eye on that. He should be standing right level, and then when the ball's kicked, he can get that 1-2 steps in. But obviously didn't.
Well, one thing I'd like to see, if they're going to go 3-4-3, we want to see some pressing on the part of the Riverhounds, and so far that hasn't happened. Fresh legs and some energy from him, and as well as all the other substitutes, to really come out hard.
Yeah, and close players
for the kickers
down,
and start and make it, like I said,
make it difficult.
And there's a dangerous one that's cleared away.
Lucky there, getting that away.
Because as we said at the first half, it was just far too easy for the Richmond kickers.
Yeah, they were just knocking it about at ease, and we've got to be all over them every chance we get if we're going to get back into this game, and it's still possible too. Looks like he's going to let it go for a throw-in for the Riverhounds on the far left side. And all with the ball and knocks it back out to Onby. He's kind of working it down and trying to need somebody to show for him, yeah. And they're coming out.
And
that's a good ball.
That's a good ball from Greeny into Colin Johns, but it's going to be one by William Yonby, who's going to clear that one. And there's Luke Verkalone, a rare giveaway for him, and a shirt tug, and that has to be Kevin wants the advantage, but I think the shirt tug was going to, on Verkalone's part, is going to result in a booking for him. Yeah,
you get a hold of him good. There's no way he's not going to be able to go anywhere with him. Second player hanging on his back, so. Here's an opportunity for us to get back on the board right here, Gino. Everybody's up.
Danny Earls is very good with these in-swinging left footers, and maybe he can hit the corner 6 where we see Nguyen, Collins Johns, and of course Andrew Marshall will be looking for him.
Yep, and there it is.
That's a good ball.
No,
and cleared away by the substitute Shane Johnson for the Richmond kickers, and the kickers are coming out. Kevin Kerr wins that one. It's played to Verkalone.
Now a 3-on-1 right here. That's a great ball.
That's a good ball from George Davis. Matthew Delicati chips that one over to Spitz, and I think the kickers are still going to come away with this one.
Throw into the kickers. Yeah, it came off of Green. Yeah,
as we see,
ball drops down nicely here. We got all those bodies and nobody available to get that chance rebound. So well cleared there, and Richmond gonna have no problem with that. But gave it away again. So momentum shifting a little bit here, Gino, in this first few minutes, and definitely getting some chances finally.
Yeah, I mean,
which we didn't get.
Certainly this. And here's a long one from Jose Angola buries that one. Goal for the Hounds.
That's Jose.
That's the old Jose we saw a lot of last year, Paul.
Yeah, just touching that ball to his left foot and just hitting a rocket into the top right-hand corner of the goal. Goalkeeper didn't even see that one before it went into the back of the net, and probably get a replay on it.
Smile on Jose Angola, and here it comes again.
Little touch to the left.
Little touch to the left. Another touch, another preparation touch, and he rips that one. And they're going, and now there's a game. Game is on, and that's certainly what I think the Riverhounds wanted. I mean, they made a lot of changes, which I think maybe created a little confusion for the kickers early by going to 3 in the back and putting 3 up front.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It created some space for Jose, and he put it on that left foot, which we saw a lot of last year, and we need to see more of it this year.
Yep, and great. As the momentum shifted, as I said, just about 2 minutes before that, we've been getting possession and getting some shots, where in the first half we didn't get hardly anything at all. And now this is where we've got to press them, make mistakes at the back. And we still seem to be easing off them when we should be really still putting pressure on them.
So we're in, Joseph Nguyen, and there's a flick, and that one's Hunter is.
Yeah.
Did that go for?
He kicked it out for a throw-in.
Throw-in out there. Yep. Okay.
I thought he was going to pick it up, but the ball was spinning strange.
Yeah,
and
it really had a lot of rotation.
The box,
a lot of rotation on it.
His looks like they're going to go for a long throw here, which.
And of course, they'll be looking for Delicati, and
yeah.
Looks like Spitz and Davis fourth, and Verkalone will be running in behind him, and but Hunter's going to take that off his head. No problem for him. Well played by the veteran goalkeeper, Hunter Gilstrap, who collects that one without much difficulty, and he's going to restart it to Anthony Arena.
And going down this left-hand side, I'm big with the ball. And
it's good to see the Dynamo players back with us, Ownby and Arena. They have spent a lot of time with the Dynamo and got a lot of games there because the Dynamos has a series of injuries, and of course MLS with a little break because of the World Cup. So we're happy to have them back. I mean, they have been very effective when they were with the Hounds early in the season, and Justin Evans, the head coach at that point, made sure he utilized them.
Oh, yeah, and like you said, they've been playing a lot, so they're in good shape, and they've been hungry to play, I'm sure. So this is good to see them back and being put in the game like this, because it's definitely made a change.
Yeah, as we see Andrew Marshall. And I think we appear to be, it seems that Nguyen sort of wants to play underneath Collins and Jose, so it's more of a 3-5-2 than a 3-4-3, as we see Nguyen on the ball against some of his old teammates. And Jason Yaisley, the ex-Riverhound, tries to knock that one out to Shea Spitz. But here comes Kevin Kerr, who as always gives you 100% effort. And there's Ownby, the Dynamo product, who has spent, I believe, has spent some time with the kickers. And now the Riverhounds up a little bit, and we can see the Riverhounds up higher. All right, trying to press them a little bit, which is what we're going to need to do.
And here's Jose again on getting it on his left foot.
Yeah. Looking for one.
And Colin John really having a tough time there.
Calmly knocks that one out to Ownby, who's going to play it in Nguyen.
Oh, nice move there, going out wide, looking.
Yeah, he's looking for some space. Gant, slips a little bit, and that's going to be cleared away by the kickers as we see Jason Yaisley and Anthony Arena battle for that one. Yaisley, of course, spent some time in MLS with FC Dallas.
Yeah, he looked like he could did well. Looks like a good player that probably had a shot there.
So we see veteran Sasha Gores moving forward, but he wanted Spitz to go, and Spitz didn't see that run. So the Hounds will maintain possession here. 58th minute, 2-1. Richmond kickers over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Uh-oh.
A little bit.
Don't need
sketchy
to give those
ball
balls
from
away.
Sterling Flunder to Danny Earls.
Looking for somebody to show for it and going back again.
So the Hounds showing a little bit more patience here to start, as they not a good one there. And there's a one, and here's Yaisley, and Hunter Gilstrap makes this save. So we said a little bit more patience, but maybe a little bit too much patience.
He
played it back to Hunter.
there, actually, so.
Yeah, and he had a stretch for that one a little bit. Watch when it comes back to him, and then a poor clearance on Gilstrap's part. But
I don't know what he was
comes up with a big save.
I don't know what he was trying to do, Gino. Whether he was trying to thread a pass, he shouldn't be doing that from that position.
Yeah, I think he just, I think it, he had to reach for it a little bit and really couldn't get everything he wanted. There's a dangerous one that Hunter's going to clear. I left to Kevin Kerr, and here come the Riverhounds.
And switching the play again.
And that's a good ball. Yeah, to Michael Green.
But again, Richmond back with bodies, a lot of bodies back there. So slowing the Hounds down again, and got to reorganize them.
But that was a better counter. I mean, a quick outlet from Gilstrap to Kerr, and they switched the point of attack over to the right side from Ownby to Greeny. And as we said in the first half, the attack was far too slow, far too predictable, and it made it very easy for the Richmond kickers. So they're going to have to force this game a little bit. We're behind, and we have to force it, and they've made it a game. I mean, 2-1, and now we're back into it.
Looks like the Richmond kickers are going to get a substitution
another
here.
Substitute.
Number 16 coming in for, I don't know who it is just yet.
We'll see who there. It looks like Shea Spitz is coming off and Juan Arbeles will come on for Shea Spitz.
Richmond kicker substitution. Number 16, Juan Arbeles. For number 27, Shea Spitz.
So Arbeles first, Spitz here in the 61st minute. We'll see if there's any tactical changes, but it looks like pretty much it's going to be a straight swap, I think, as the Hounds will, or as the kickers will stay in their same setup, their same tactical formation. But the Hounds do appear re-energized as, you know, Danny Earls switches the point of attack with Michael Green. Kevin Kerr and Greeny work some stuff, and now the Hounds are finding some space in the midfield.
Yep. And there's no need to rush now. We got a goal, but
that's
again,
not
you can't give it away.
A good one there. And Davis comes in. Here come the kickers attacking with some speed. Arbeles, the substitute. And
nice
there's
ball.
Too much room. Oh, there's a good ball. Flag is up. Flag is up. Delicati is going to miss that one, but the flag is up. But that's sort of what we saw in the first half. A little bit too easy in the midfield. Not enough, you know, one pass beat a couple of players, and as we see the replay here, but Delicati is offside.
You want that autograph session, Red? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Danny Earls there, a little bit a bit strange for him, you know. He gets this ball in his midfield, and then he tries to give it. He's looking for somebody to give it to, and then here he is again looking.
Yeah, Jose tries to show, but
yeah, he's got nobody really showing in front of him, so he has to come sideways, or he knocks a difficult ball for somebody to hold, and the kickers are stepping in and stealing away from him. So he's got to be careful of that, because he's in a real vulnerable position right in the middle there when he gets it.
To find Colin Johns, who was checking to him, but it was sort of a soft, lofted ball, but the Hounds are going to win that one back. Angulo, the goal scorer.
Look, they're in a group with three of them together.
Yeah.
And now switching it. That's better. They've got to keep on doing this and switching the play and opening them up and trying to create some space.
What we're seeing is that we see Andrew Marshall sort of showing a little bit of frustration when it's coming out wide. We're a little unbalanced, and we need more people. And here's Omby, who finds some space, and he's going to try to serve it over to Colin Johns, but that's going to be cleared away by the kickers. Danny Earls is going to have a go before it's blocked by Hugh Roberts, and that's a foul on.
Climbing on the back of Isley there.
Yeah, foul on Marshall by Andrew Marshall against Jason Isley.
Again, Richmond just taking their time right now. Riverhounds getting bodies back, but leaving this guy open on the left side, and Marshall missing that slide to win that ball. And
Davis can
dangerous
serve
ball
that
back in. And here he is again. It looks like he's going to get a second opportunity.
So it's still George Davis on the ball and Vercalone's going to, and he's going to combine with him, and here's Arbeles, the substitute coming on. But bad one for Sasha Gores. And can the Hounds counter on this to Joseph Nguyen?
Yeah.
Again, we end up holding it up, Paul. I mean,
yeah.
We have to get out of there a little bit more with some speed.
Yeah.
Mike Green does some wheeling and dealing to keep possession. That's going to go out to Andrew Marshall. And there needs to be some movement.
Yep. We've got stagnant players in the middle, and these 1-2s are just not working when they've got 3 or 4 players back there behind the ball that can just step in.
Bad giveaway by Sasha Gores for the kickers. And you wonder if the heat is taking its toll a little bit.
Yep.
Because it is a very warm day, very hot and sunny afternoon day, and there's Omby's ball. It's going to be cleared by Gores, because we've seen a lot of giveaways. And here's a guy who's rarely giving it away, and that's Luke Vercalone, and he finds Arbeles there, and that's see who Arbeles comes all the way over from the right side, and Vercalone was trying
to for the
find it, and Vercalone again maintains possession and gets it all the way over to Henry Kalungi, who is going to drop it back, and the kickers now doing a pretty good job of playing through the midfield. As we see Kalungi, the right back, and he gets a serve looking for Delegate and Arbeles, who were there. And here's Brian Ownby, who's been very, very effective since coming on, doing some wheeling and dealing. And there's to find Colin John.
And Colin looking for somebody, and he's gone down with it.
He just goes down. I don't know what happened there, but he points to the bench, and I don't know if it's a cramp or.
And I don't
think it's a cramp. I wonder if he a pull or something, but something happened.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to look into.
As we see, Coach Nico Cottage trying to figure out what's the next move, and of course, if he can't go, maybe we'll
Cabrillo
see.
looks like he's putting his shirt on and coming on. Yeah. So.
Twisted an ankle or turned something. And what happened? But Collins looks very frustrated as he limps off the field.
We used up all our subs now, so we can't get any injuries, and we're into the 67th minute. And as I say, no more subs to come on. So if we get
it looks like Miro Cabrillo, the rookie from Robert Morse, will come on for the Riverhounds. You're in the 67th minute, and as I said, no more subs for the Hounds, so there can't be any more changes for them. The Kickers, on the other hand, still have a number of moves that they can make. They've utilized 2 substitutions. Shane Johnson and Juan Arbolez.
Sportsman kind of kicked it back to the keeper, and Hunter Gilstrap will start it from the back.
As we see Miro Cabrillo. Who, Paul, you called this early in the preseason. It seems like a player that can be an effective player at this level.
I think so, and you can see he's on the ball right now and doing a great job of holding it up and laying it up and moving again. I really liked him in the preseason, and then we didn't sign him right away. I think he went off and tried out in a couple of places and came back to us, and I'm glad to see him here because I think he's definitely got some potential.
Yeah, I know that was one that then Coach Justin Evans had his eye on for a while, and was waiting for the right opportunity to get him signed. As we see the Kickers
looking dangerous again down here on this right side. He's looking to get this cross.
Kalungi tries to get that cross in. Delicati, there it is.
It's wide open, and gets that.
Gets up over Andrew Marshall. 3-1 Richmond Kickers, 68th minute.
Yep.
The ever dangerous, and Kalungi, too much time, huh?
Yep.
Too much time.
Exactly.
You can't have that much time to pick out a guy like Delicati, and
he's a big target.
Marshall was there with him, but God, that guy is lethal in the air, and he has been for years. It's no surprise.
Anywhere from the penalty spot to the goal, he scores his goals with headers usually every time, and give him credit. He's very, very good at it, and we didn't need that right now, but now we've got to come back at it again and start pressuring them and getting some chances.
So Matt Delicati, the goal for the Kickers, off an assist from their right back, Henry Kalungi.
Nice layup there.
And we'll see if the Hounds can
really get a hold of that ball for a long-range shot. But again, we got to put some pressure on Gino as soon as Richmond get possession of the ball like now in this left-hand corner. We got to push some players up and stop them from getting out.
And there's a long one into Yaisley. He takes it very, very, very well. Tries to turn on his. Maybe got a little bit away from me. He had Flunder turned and then maybe took that extra touch that allowed them to recover. And here come the Riverhounds with Brian Ownby as he cuts across, looking for some help. And finally wound up pulling it back to Kevin Kerr.
That just turned around and looked up, and there was, one Riverhound player against 3 Reds, and it was like, boy, there's a big space in the middle of the field. This player's not chasing back or something. I just looked out this left window and then saw plenty of red shirts, and what a great long ball. And here's an opportunity for it being pulled back there by his shoulder.
And that's going to be back. Here's Ownby, and that's blocked by Verkalone.
Here comes another one, and Kerr likes to have a shot, but trying to
take
go
a run at him.
And
there's Luke Verkalone, and he is going to be fouled, Brian Ownby. Verkelon, I've always thought terrific player, and here he is. I'm not sure how many years in the league now, but and it's a hot day. You see other players are wilting, and he still has all the energy and all the commitment in the world. Is breaking up plays at both ends, is generating attacks. Everything is going through him in the midfield. So an impressive afternoon for the veteran Luke Verkelon.
Oh, and he's been there, like you say, for a long time, and he just turns it out every time he plays too. He's always buzzing and showing for the ball, and he's going to get on the end of this one if we're not careful. Again.
And here's Nguyen who's going to come out of it with the Riverhounds.
Yeah, looking wide here to Marshall.
And Marshall's going to try to cut that in and find Danny Earls. But, we still see a little bit more movement now that Miro Cabrillo is in. But I think we still need to see a little, and Onby has shown a lot. But
there's Cabrillo again.
He's shown a little bit more movement. And here's Jose trying to get on his favorite left foot. He does, and that doesn't get all that one. And Willis will make the save for the kickers. But if you're a Riverhound fan, you want to see that play as much as you can, which is getting it on Jose Angulo's foot and having him take a little bit of a touch and get something. I mean, he still has that little step that's very, very, very good. And there's one that another battle. That duo of Yaisley and Delicati, two really very physical presence for the Richmond kickers, and tough to deal with, especially now that they're three in the back.
Yes, because it's easy to get caught as well, and they have such a good understanding with each other too, Gino. They read each other really well, and obviously can cause a lot of problems there, which they've been doing.
A long ball from Marshall Willis going to take that one. Yeah, and they both have Yaisley. The one thing has always had a terrific work rate and fits in so well with the kickers, and they're a rare mistake from Verkelon. He tried to switch that one over.
And he had two players together there. I think it was pointing. One of them should have run out wide because it was both standing together, and they both kind of like decided to just go to the middle of the park. And here's a substitution coming off. Now he's using the players.
So we'll see who's coming off, and the big guy, Matt Delicati, is coming off, and he's going.
Robinson for number 7, Matt Delicati.
And so Nate Robinson will make the switch, and I wonder if I think Robinson's a little bit more in the midfield, Paul. So I wonder if Coach Lee Colishell is going to try to nail it down here the last 20 minutes, and
it looks like it,
let Yaisley do the work up top, and Robinson will come into the midfield.
Leslie's pushed up front now, and everybody else is dropping back behind him, just leaving one striker up front.
So Robinson for Delicati here in the 74th minute. Again, 3-1 Richmond kickers over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. As we see,
Danny Earls on the sideline here.
Yeah, well, that was Danny Earls who came off for a break, and now needs the referee's permission to come back on, which I'm not sure why he hasn't been provided that yet. But here's a good ball to Nguyen. He's going to take a run.
Oh, nice move.
Hugh Roberts, good little move inside, and Shane Johnson comes over to block, and Mike Green's going to have a long-range shot. And here's Yaisley. Does well to win that one for the kickers. Look for some support and finds in George A. the fourth and on the wide side. Yeah, and there's the substitute Arbeles, and he's going to take a shot. Oh, just wide of the goal. Don't know if. I think that's going to be a goal kick. You're watching this contest on this USL Pro contest on YouTube. Every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Riverhounds YouTube channel today.
And again, Now Richmond putting numbers back, like we said, it looks like they're settled down to, they're going to get some counter attacks, but not in a rush to go forward when you're leading 3-1.
No.
And
looks like Robinson's come here on the left side, and Arbeles on the right, and with Davis, Vercalone, and Roberts in the middle, and boy, there's a lot of openings right now. Sasha Gorse comes forward.
Yep.
And here comes Robinson, tries to
nice move around Marshall there.
Beat Marshall when he does, and he slots it in. Oh, great tackle by Anthony Arena, because otherwise that could have been the fourth, but terrific shot stopper from Anthony Arena.
Yeah, held breath for a second there, but did great tackle and won possession of the ball as well. And here they go down there looking. Green looking for somebody down that left side, and again we give the ball away too simple again, Gino. Yeah. We cannot do that.
So the kicker's still coming through, and we saw guys running through from the midfield, but that was very dangerous. Anthony Arena with a terrific block, but there's Joe Willis doing some shake and bake against Miro Cabrillo.
Yeah, Miro.
And there's again Arena is going to clear that one, does well, as Danny Earls will collect it. And it looked like Anthony Arena came down a little funny that time off that header pole. And he has a little bit of a limp.
Yeah, it looks like he's got looks like, I don't know if it's his knee, his ankle.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit, and that could be a real issue for the Riverhounds.
Well, he's the kind of guy that probably won't come off, but all he's going to do is probably make an injury. Hopefully he can run it off.
He's starting to run it off a little bit. Just must have been funny how he came down. Danny Earls long ball into Brian Omby, but that's going to be cleared by Henry Kalungi, and it will be a throw-in for the Riverhounds as we enter the 78th minute. 3-1 the Kickers over the Riverhounds.
Got to get this ball in the mixer too, Gino. We keep getting it out wide, and he's looking for crosses, and there's one.
And there's a good one. And Cabrillo is going to battle with the veteran Sasha Gores, who knocks it up to the substitute, Nate Robinson, who wheels and deals right by Michael Green without any problem. George Davis, fourth, wants it, but Robinson's going to keep it and then finally gives it to him. And here's Vercalone. Almost gets caught, but great tackle as Brian Omby almost picked.
Knocking around, not in a rush to go anywhere and start over from the back again. Switching the play, coming out wide left here. Got a lot of room, and
they're very, very patient with it now. They just want to keep it, try to open the Riverhounds up, force us to chase a little bit.
But this is what we've got to do, Gino. We have no choice, but we've got to go after it and try and win it back. But we're kind of like standing back and hoping that they're going to pass the ball to us, and they did that time. And here's Jose getting on his
trying
left.
To get on his left and
get stripped of it, but couldn't.
He's pulling up a little bit,
and
that ball's going to be out of play. Score, stats, news, and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com, and also visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USLPro, and follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. So, again, 80th minute, Riverhounds and the Kickers.
And down this right-hand side, Marshall looking for somebody to make a move for him, and he's just going to go on his own, it looks. Lays it off to Gombe. And nice ball into Jose on his left foot, holding it up well, looking for some support. And Kevin Kerr gives it to him. And Onby now looking for the cross. There it is, but
it's
nobody
a good cross.
in there.
But no one there.
Nobody there.
I mean, and really no runs either into the box, no preparation runs.
People are looking at Greeny's looking like he's tired. No, he didn't start, so I'm guessing that weather's getting to all of them. Actually, you can see them start every time they get a chance to blow. They down bent over their knees, and
good win by Anthony Arena to win that one. Well done on his part. And here's Nguyen for the kickers.
Nguyen on his own again, looking for some help. And they've got to put him under pressure right now, but when the ball's played back, he can't pick it up.
I mean,
that's when guys have got to go at him, you know, and try and make the keeper make a mistake.
Very pedestrian, very complacent up front. No one willing to really make some things happen. The other thing is not a lot of creativity as far as movement off the ball. And so it's been pretty easy for the kickers to read any entry passes into that area.
And intercept them. And look
at
this
one. Here's Yaisley. And that's what we need, that type of effort there.
Exactly. And he nearly came away. And Hunter came out. That would have been an open netter for him just to get if he just got a foot on it. But didn't happen, so here we go again. And hopefully Ombi's got 2 players on him he's trying to go by. Gets a throw in, which he did well with. And
Ombi has tried to make some things happen. You have to give him credit. Here's Anguilla. He gets that off with his left, but that's right at the keeper, Joe Willis. Actually get a few shots off here up front, and
probably more than we have seen for a while, Junior, too. So I know of 3 of at least he's got chances.
Oh, that's a bad ball from George Davis IV to Robinson, and Andrew Marshall will pick that up for the Riverhounds, and of course the kickers are going to just kind of sit back and keep their lines together. As you can see, they're very good shape, and we see a good clearance from William Yambi. And Yaisley still ever persistent. I mean, that guy never runs out of energy.
I know.
He will work his socks off from the first minute to the 90th minute every time.
83rd minute too, and you can see
he's
that
by himself.
These guys,
he's still chasing. Yep.
These guys are starting to, definitely get fatigued. It's very humid and really wearing them down. But Richmond's coming at him again. And
Arbeles has it. And there's
nice
a run by George Davis, and again, well read by Anthony Arena.
Yep.
Who's done very well since coming on here in the second half for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. As Danny Earls looks for Nguyen, good run that time. Tried to cut it, but Yambi proves why he's been a consistent all-league performer for a number of years. But here's Nguyen battling Hugh Roberts. He gets by Shane Johnson, and save, another save by Joe Willis. So Nguyen did very, very well to split a couple defenders, but Willis came up with a save. Just couldn't Paul maybe get enough on that one, as we see a little frustration on Joseph's part.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great opportunity. I'm sure he would have loved to have got a goal against his old team, but keeper did well, saved it, and then Cabrillo had a chance and couldn't get enough on it.
We see it here. We see here.
Great
splits Goris and Roberts. I'm not sure what Roberts was doing with the arms up in the air. Is that the Olay defense? And then again, Willis comes back, and they just couldn't get the second shot. But he did well to split Roberts and Sasha Goris, but just could not finish that play off. That could have made it an exciting final 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that's
if he slots that one home.
He's done that a couple of times too on this right side, maybe 3 times, and cut inside of players and maybe then come up against a couple of other players. But that we've got to try and keep on doing that. It seems like it's a danger for them, and they're letting it happen.
As we see Sasha Goris, a good ball to find George Davis IV, and he will find Arbeles over on the right side. And Kalungi's going to make a little overlapping run and stretch them as George Davis will find him. Kalungi's going to probably knock that one back to Arbeles. He does.
Well, he doesn't have a big target in the middle like he had earlier. But,
but Yaisley's still dangerous up there. But,
yeah, sure.
But there weren't a lot of numbers in the box, and I think they're kickers really showing their experience, although not on that one. Roberts has been a little bit. Looks like maybe he's getting a little bit fatigued.
That's not a bad ball. Jose's got an opportunity.
On his left, he's going to take a rip, but that is nowhere near where he wanted it to be. Nowhere near where he scored the first goal and only goal for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, as we see it there.
Got a nasty kind of bubbled up for him.
Yeah, not the best first touch ball, and really just could not get his body around on that one and hit through the ball.
And we've won it back again. And we've got, there's we're into the last 5 minutes, but got to really put some pressure on Gino because, we may get a couple of minutes extra.
There's Onby. And the kickers will elect to bring it out. Not a good one from Arbeles.
No.
As George Davis was splitting Kevin Kerr and Mike Green that time, and Danny Earle's looking for some movement, but we're not seeing a lot of it.
Now getting tired here, Gino, too, with the humidity as well, I'm sure. But as I said, we've got to put this ball in the box where we can get some chances at goal. And there's another giveaway. We can't give passes like that and hope we're going to do something.
And the kickers will, again, Yaisley chases everything all the way. Look, and still working it. Still working it.
Nice ball.
And Nguyen tries to combine with Miro Cabrillo, the rookie. Not a good one. To Jose, broken up by Vercalone, but the Hounds will retain possession. Andrew Marshall.
And Sniper got him.
Yeah.
He just couldn't keep his feet.
He couldn't keep his feet. And he's down. I don't know if he has a cramp, muscle pull, whatever. Yaisley will do it himself, and he's just going to knock that down because it really had no opportunities, and the kickers will kind of possess this. Kevin Kerr comes forward.
There goes Jose on the run.
Jose looking for something. And Danny Earls, there we go to Cabrillo.
There's Cabrillo trying to show. Nowhere really to show for it, Gino. There's just so many red shirts there. It's tough to find any space. And look, they win this ball back and get out of there.
Well done by George Davis.
Now
he's going to try to find Yaisley. Yaisley will chase it down a little bit, but Hunter Gilstrap's going to pick that one up. Nike's a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. As we're approaching, we're in the 88th minute here of this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Richmond Kickers at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. 3-1 Kickers over the Riverhounds. Hounds desperately looking to get a second goal and try to make this into it. That's a good ball from Greeny to Cabrillo. Good cross. And again goes
wide
across
left.
The goal, just over. But
Jose couldn't get a good
well
touch
done, Mike Green to Miro Cabrillo. He drives that ball across. But again, two kickers there. I mean, well defended. They've always had numbers behind the ball and made it difficult for us as we see. Joe Willis gets set for this goal kick as this game is winding to a close. And
I don't think there's going to be much time over, too, Gino. It's
because most of the substitutions were at halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
probably a minute or two, if the most, I would think.
Yeah.
But, again, we've got nothing to lose. We may as well push forward and put them under pressure like now with the goalkeeper and get somebody up.
Yeah. As there's Roberts playing to Sasha Goris. And the kickers are very, very patient, just trying to find their way through midfield.
And the Hounds deflated too, Gino. I mean, they're frustrated. Things not going right, and you get a goal back, and then all of a sudden, the kickers get another one, and it's 3-1 again. So it's a pop in the, like pop in a balloon. You just get deflated straight away and have a tough time getting back into it.
Yeah, it's been a difficult season thus far for the Hounds, and especially at home, where this should really be a fortress for the Riverhounds, and it has not been that way this year.
Jose still was in an offside position, couldn't get a pass because he was still walking out.
Nice little touch to Cabrillo. That's on his
nice
left
ball.
foot, and he
boy, I thought
great snapshot from Jose Anguilla, but very nice save from Joe Willis, the Kickers goalkeeper, because that could have easily been 3-2 in the 90th minute, but.
Cabrillo, what a great layoff too.
Great layoff.
Nice little touch to him. Put it on his left foot. set him up for
And again,
it.
we've seen it time and time again when they move the ball and move off the ball, the Riverhounds have been dangerous. As we see, it looks like Danny Earls are going to take this corner. Riverhounds have a lot of people up, but that's going to be cleared away by George Davis. Will Kevin Kerr have a go? He will have a go way over top and through the gate and
into the Sheraton parking lot.
And onto the parking lot. So
But,
2 minutes. Yeah, you were right, Paul. Not a lot. About 2 minutes of added time.
Minimum added time at the end of the second half.
So definitely.
So we are in
uphill
added
battle.
time. A couple minutes left in this contest between the Riverhounds and the Kickers.
And again,
Anthony Arena in a little battle there with
well
Isley.
done by Marshall there, because
Marshall
that could have been dangerous.
Marshall and Robinson is
Cabrillo with the ball.
Cabrillo. And nice little outside the football to Jose Angulo. Danny Earls. There's Sterling Flunder going, pushing forward up wide left. He's going to take on Arbalez, and Arbalez is going to win that battle. And that's going to be
well done.
cleared away by Verkelon, and here come the Kickers again. And well done, nice composure from Robinson to Roberts. The Kickers are just going to, really as they've been the last 15, 20, just trying to kill the game.
Wind the clock down, yeah, definitely, and doing a good job of it, as you can see. No rush, not being pressured. Keeper's got the ball, and Jose getting there, but no problem for him to get a good clearance and push it right back into the Riverhounds end. Onby here looking for Brula. Looking for somebody to move.
Yeah.
Nice little touch.
Kickers
Nice
just
turn.
getting numbers behind the ball. There's Mike Green. So, good little 1-2 with Miro Cabrillo, and you can see he has some good ideas. He's thinking a little step ahead, but here will come. I believe it's Arbalez out for the Kickers, and not much left. I see the referee picks the whistle, and that's the final whistle. At the end, we're at the end of this USL Pro contest. 3-1 Richmond Kickers over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And Paul Child, your assessment, a little better in the second half, I thought, but not enough.
Oh, definitely a change in the second half, but again, it's so hard when you're 2-0 down, against a team like the Richmond Kickers, who, goes to the championship games every year and are very organized, disciplined, and group of guys. I mean, it's hard to do anything about them when you're down against them. But we're going to see some highlights, and we had a lot more in the second half. I think in the first half there was hardly anything we got a chance at.
So here's the one that was
Jose
offside on that one. I don't think there's much discussion about that one. And here's one that Hunter Gilstrap, that was after a poor clearance actually. Kevin Kerr and Luke Verkelone trying to maybe exchange some shirts before the game was over.
But
and here's one that was dangerous. A great serve by Danny Earls. It was knocked down. And here's the goal by Jose Angulo,
nice
I believe.
Touch.
And he just rips that one in the far corner. Nothing goalkeeper Joe Willis could do
for
the Richmond Kickers. Here's another look at it from the goal cam, and you can see that is a rope, man. That was in there in the upper corner. Well struck by Jose.
And this is a great ball
and
there.
Here's
great
one,
opportunity.
yes,
and a good save by
Isley, and a good save by Hunter Gilstrap, and this could be the third goal here as we see Delicati come in, pull out, and great serve by Kalungi with the right back, and that made it 3-1, and that was a game killer. Jose has a couple other opportunities. That was a good save by Willis.
And it was a great chance for Richmond again.
That was a good one, and that was
great block by
great block by Anthony Arena. And you see Jose again, and that will be it. So just to wrap up this contest,
here's a great chance for
another great chance that
good save.
Joseph had to do a little bit better, and he was free, and he was in, and
Miro
made it a little bit easier for the keeper Willis, and a great save left on behalf of Joe Willis, and as we saw another snapshot there earlier from Jose Angulo. So Paul, a tough contest, another tough loss at home for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and this difficult season continues.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better, Gino, too. I mean, they're going to get tougher as they go. And what's nice is we're still seeing some great turnout. The crowd's still coming out and supporting the team, which we need. And we just got to hope that, get in it together and try and work and just not quitting, and which we'll never do anyway in Pittsburgh. But these guys have definitely dug a hole for themselves, and it's going to be a real hard climb out.
And I think the other thing too, you can see the Richmond kickers demonstrated why they're near the top of the table.
Exactly.
Their experience, their ability, their composure, their understanding of each other, and experience was stood out quite easily against where the Riverhounds were. So
Exactly.
we hope you enjoyed this USL contest. Get ready for the USA and Portugal coming up shortly in the World Cup, and we hope to see you next week when the Riverhounds take on the Dayton Dutch Lions. For Paul Child, I'm Gene Klein. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a great night, and look forward to seeing you next week.